Class, I'm going to help you out with the problem number 4 on homework 3. So let's go ahead and go through it. Using SAM, estimate the levelized cost for a central receiver solar power plant with 10 hours of storage in Phoenix, Arizona, assuming that the receiver is external design and that the heat rejection in the condenser is wet cooling tower configuration. Comment on the ability of the cooling water and the state of your assumptions. All right, so let's go ahead and take a quick look at this. All right, I've already done a few, but I want to go ahead and walk through it with you. All right, it's a power design, it's a tower design, so this isn't really not going to there is storage, but it's going to be thermal, so we're not really going to worry about batteries, although you could involve that. And so we have a few choices here. Given that it's a central source and this already states it's a tower, you can go with either steam direct or molten salt. You're probably going to want to go ahead and go with molten salt, and the reason for that is because what gives you the hint is the 10 hours of storage. You don't get that with the steam. All right, now this is just economics. You don't even need to worry about that right now, so we're going to go ahead and go single owner and click OK. Now, if you're new to SAM and you don't have Phoenix already in here, you can go down here and type in Phoenix, Arizona, or wherever you're putting this thing, and then you'll be able to download the files from the library. Or you can go ahead and click here, and that brings up this map, and you can actually follow the instructions and pull that down. Okay, but I've already taken the order of download, so I'm going to say Phoenix. These numbers may be slightly different, not a big deal. As long as they're within the ballpark, you're probably in good shape. Pay attention to these down here. This just kind of lets you know what you're looking at for production, and if you're doing a different design, that'd be more important. We're just going to go through this. This is system design. One of the things we're looking for is the 10 hours, which we already have here, and this all kind of rocks with what we're trying to do. So it gives you a rough idea of what the plant looks like. The steam one would be very similar, except for you aren't going to see the thermal storage aspect of it. All right, and this is more just design feature stuff. For this problem, we won't need it. Again, look through this, get kind of a feel for it, but don't really worry about it too much. I went with stock. If you went slightly different, not a big deal. What's important is you kind of understand the feel for how this is put together. Now down here on power cycle, we want to make sure that we select evaporative, or radiative would also work, but I'm going to go with evaporative. And the reason for that is I want to go ahead and do the other one and show you the similarities there. Thermal storage, which you won't find in the steam one. Again, you're not really changing it, as it doesn't matter. Okay. System controls, it's how long it's going to run. Grid limitations if you're curtailing design, and then we're dealing more with the cost structure, revenue, incentives if you have any from any organization, and then the depreciation model. At this point, we can go ahead and hit run, and I'm going to go ahead and pause it while it runs. If you had a really, really large model, this would take a long time. I've had some models run days. All right, so we have our molten model, and we can see their LCOE is 10.41 cents per kilowatt hour. And then we've got a real LCO versus the nominal of 8.27 cents per kilowatt hour. Now, when you look at the steam model, you've got a higher cents per kilowatt hour, but that's because there isn't storage. And so there isn't extra time when the sun's not shining that the energy can be used. And so you're going to see less. But the cost is less. $491 million versus 743. Your numbers may vary slightly if you check the box here and there, so don't panic if you're not exactly the same, but it should be relatively close. Alright, so what is the difference between nominal and real? Okay, so for that, I want to be absolutely clear. Let's see how it does it. And what we have is, for financial models, SAM calculates the nominal levelized cost. The real levelized cost is in constant dollars, inflation adjusted, and the nominal is the current dollar value. The real and nominal choice depends on the analysis. The real constant, and you guys can read this for yourself, but the way that when you look at the equations, you can see there's additionals here, and the nominal appears to be what is it today. The real might be accounting for a discount rate later, or an adjustment later for something else. And you can see that in that the math is more complex. I invite you guys to go ahead and go to help, look this up, and read this through for yourself.